4 more races left. We have the Petite final of the men's varsity 8. So this is for positions 7 to 12 in the men's varsity 8. After this, we'll have the grand final of the men, and then the petites and grand on the women's side, the 8s. Two minutes to go here in Camden, New Jersey.
Exciting to see these last 4 races.
Looks like the wind, at least at the start, has maybe died down a bit.
For sure.
We don't see as much streaking on the water, though there still seems to be some good chop out there.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing how these crews step up.
I mean, some pretty talented crews here, man. Like,
no doubt.
I know it's the second final. I know all these guys, you know, really had ambitions of being in the grand and making a move on some medals. But these are some class outfits here. Some really, really quick crews.
You know, to get into the grand final, you really need to make everything work. You need to have a good, heat. You need to have a good semi. Maybe a rep, not in the 8s this year, but you need to have repeated performance. And if you have just one smallest mistake here, that can be the point.
And they're off for the Petite final for the boys varsity 8. Clean start. All the crews looking pretty strong.
Peters, Jackson Reed, out early.
All right, so now as the crews are in their high strokes.
Really sharp out of the ditch, those 2 crews.
Man, who can gain a little advantage on these high strokes before they settle out?
Walt Whitman also.
Looks like all the crews are pretty level except for Loyola Academy, just a slight bit behind on these high strokes. Can they have a good settle and catch back up?
Right.
Here we go. These crews are pushing pretty hard here.
Seton Hall pushing up right now. Seton Hall almost level with St. Peter's. Likely striking in the neighborhood of 39-40, and they're going to have to excuse themselves from some geese.
Don't forget the right side of the screen there. I mean, look at Walt Whitman.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Walt Whitman and St. Andrews pretty much on level terms right now.
Yeah,
St. Peter's peeking out just ahead of Seton Hall Prep. But maybe a credit card between the 2. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, that is some pretty close racing. Position 7, 8, 9, 10 right there.
Yeah. Striking at the same cadence as well.
St. Peter's making a move now.
Yeah.
Through the 500. That's where we've seen moves made. St. Andrew, though, responding.
Yeah, it looks like maybe those crews are starting to assert themselves. St. Andrews, Seton Hall, and St. Peter's Prep. St. Peter's Prep making a good move. Can Seton Hall respond? Can St. Andrews respond?
Right. That kind of looks like Seton Hall making a bit of a move, as is St. Andrews. Again, wanting to give credence and deference to those near side crews, as they're going to have the advantage there on the finish line.
Oh, look at those crews. All pretty level here, coming through the center of the race.
Man, great effort from these boys.
All rating pretty high. I'm guessing they're all at least at 37.
We're only halfway through this race as well.
Oh, St. Peter's. St. Peter's peeking out a little bit more here. Trying to get that bow ball edged out.
Look at these crews all battling one another very closely. As we come through the center part of the race.
I mean, look at the composure from these guys here. Be right next to him, and then they are executing very well.
Good blade work. Last 500 now. These top 3 crews in this Petite final all pretty much neck and neck.
Wow.
St. Andrew might be out a little bit to a lead.
St. Andrew just making a move. That might be their first lead of the race so far. But St. Peter's now seems to be responding.
Yeah. Look at that surge from them. They've shifted out. What's their stroke rating now? I mean, it's got to be high.
40, 41.
Look at that move right now.
Oh!
Wow. Oh, heartbreaking for St. Andrews there. Heartbreaking crab.
Get it back, fella. Get it back.
Get it back.
Come on. Come on.
You hate to see that here, but
I had
that's what happens in
38,
these
39 in
conditions.
Seton Hall. I bet St. Peter's is right around the same.
Yeah.
St. Peter's 39, 40 as they come into the finish. Great job from St. Peter's. Great finish for St. Peter's.
Yep.
Here we come into the last few hundred meters, and St. Peter's is trying to open it up in the last 250. Will Seton Hall respond? Will Seton Hall try and bring them back?
Well, they're
Hall
responding. It's
bringing
just,
it up.
are they going to have enough race course
Yep.
to be
I don't know.
able
St.
to
Peter's is really
change
pressing
the
here in
outcome?
this last couple hundred meters, these last 15, 20 strokes.
Great
Look at that
speed through the
aggression
water.
from these
Yeah,
guys.
Look at the
Legs
speed
down,
through the water.
firing.
Man.
Great racing right to the end here. And here's St.
Peter's gonna
Peter's
hang on.
really
St. Peter's gonna
rowing
hang on
such
here.
a great piece today.
Yep.
And they're going to cross finish line
Yep.
for 7th place, 8th place for Seton Hall, and a real
And
battle for
Loyola.
9th. Who got it?
I think lane 1 got it here. I think Walt Whitman got
Walt
it.
Whitman.
There we go. St. Andrews, I feel bad for them. Those crabs in the last 500 meters are always tough. But, you know, that is what happens sometimes. Yeah, Walt Whitman got it by less than half a second over
Got
Royal Academy.
some wind picking up here
I know, jeez, these conditions.
for the
I mean,
final.
you don't like the conditions, just wait a
8
minute.
events.
Seriously.
This is wild. I mean,
Schizophrenic.
it's like, oh, the boys varsity 8's coming up, grand final. Let's add another 5-10 miles an hour wind and see
Yeah.
what happens.
You kept saying earlier, John, that, oh, well, the bigger boats will handle it easily, so we're getting more weather now thrown at them.
Well, great race there in the Petite final for the boys senior 8s.